Do you want to stop your router bits from rolling around the drawer like loose change? I've got a quick, easy laser cut project that'll get you organized in no time. Stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Steve and this is WilmerWoodWorks. And honestly, I wasn't going to make this video because I was almost ashamed that it took me so long to put together this storage system that I desperately needed. So in a lot of my videos, like my cutting boards and whatnot, I use these router bits. Now, I try my best to save all of the original packaging that these router bits come in, so they're not just rolling around in the drawer and dulling themselves out. But things happen, and my router bit drawer became overrun with all of these just scattered around, rolling around. So what I did was I made a simple storage solution. By simple, I mean it is so simple. It is just laser cut 10" by 8" by 1". That's because this fits in my drawer. So, and it has a whole bunch of 1/4" holes in it, as you can see here. So this holds all of my 1/4" collared router bits. I also have one for my 1/2". Now the 1/2" I actually did put a bottom to it just so I could put some two-sided tape so I could stick it to the bottom of my drawer so it doesn't shift around when I open the drawer. But this is a simple project that you can get done very quickly, and it will help you organize your shop and your drawers. I will show you how I designed it by using a simple powerful website that everybody that does laser cutting should download because it gets you the standard box. And then once you have this standard box design, you can make any modifications that you want and elaborate as much as you want or as little as you want. So I could have went through and actually organized this hardcore and put round over, straight cutting, collars, you know, I could have made names for all of these. But I like the fact that I can move these around and it's very open storage, basically. So we'll get over to the laser LightBurn and I'll show you how I designed it. Then we'll get over to the laser, I'll cut it, and I'll show you how we put it together and how we organized on my router bits. All right, making this storage couldn't be any easier. So I've done this before. You go to MakerCase.com. You're going to go to a simple box. So once we go to our simple box, we're going to type in our measurements. So for my box, I went with 8". I went 1" high, and then I went 10 inches wide. So this is the perfect size. We are using 1/8" material. We are going to go with a closed box, and I want to go with finger joints. Okay, so now your box should look like this, but actually let's do this. Instead of 1", let's go 2 inches. Okay, and there's going to be a reason for that, because basically I'm going to cut these sides down to only 1", but I do want this to generate correct. So once that's done, we are going to scroll down and hit download box. Download that box, and that's everything that we need. We don't need labels or anything like that, so we'll just download that as an SVG. So with that downloaded, we're going to go into our downloads folder and just move that over. Okay, so our top and our bottom we are not going to mess with. These sides though we are. So let's ungroup this. We'll take these. We're going to move that over, and now all we have to do is adjust these to 1". So what I like to do is I'm going to select all of these now, and then I'm going to horizontally center these. I'm going to make a box, and this box is going to be, the width doesn't matter, but the height needs to be 1". Okay, so with that, we can, everybody makes mistakes. So we'll delete that, one of my selection tools. So I'll select everything, and we are going to go horizontal to top. Now you notice that messed up my words a little bit, but that's fine because I'm not actually going to print these words. So we're just going to duplicate this a couple of times, and that's what we need right there, the intersection. Okay, so that's that one, that one, that one, and last one. Perfect. So now we have all of our sides, and get rid of these tags, and we will get rid of the bottom because we do not need the bottom here. We're only going to use the top. But in the top, what we want to do too is we are going to put some holes in here. So we will click on here and we will go to holding shift. That gets us the perfect hole. We want this to be a 1/4 inch. So we'll go to point 0.25. Okay, so that's perfectly 1/4 of an inch. Now we got to remember that we are going to have here and here some, we just want to make sure it's somewhat aligned. And now that we have that, let's make sure we can see the whole piece. We're going to go with the array. So we're going to go with, what's the spacing here? 1 inch, that's fine. So we can leave this as 1 inch spacing, and then we'll leave this as 1 inch spacing. Now we're just going to put a whole bunch of holes. Perfect. So now they're all selected. What I like to do too is I hold shift and then I'm going to center align that. Now these are all center aligned. And let's just delete this wording because I don't want anything to mess up with our holes. Now the last thing I have to do is we're going to go to the rectangle tool, and I am just going to go to my tool menu and I'll undo this, and I am going to put this in. So I'm cutting this on 12 inch by 12 inch 1/8 inch plywood. So I like to put this at 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. This way I know everything fits. So what I'll do is I will group these two together. First, let's lock that shape so it doesn't move on us. So we'll select this and we are going to group that together. I'm going to move that over there. Now just make sure you do not resize these or your box will not go together correctly. Like that. So I'm just going to turn these 90 degrees and then I will put one there, there, and one there. Perfect. Everything gets on one sheet. So we will cut all these out. Now the settings that I like to set, make that all the same line. I go with 250 or 225 because I have a 12-watt laser with 100% in one pass. We'll cut this and then we will assemble it. Alright guys, that's how we go through the process. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this has been helpful for you. Hope you've been able to organize your router bit storage. And if it has, hit the like button and leave a comment below if this is a project you're going to make. If there's any other shop organization you would like me to work on next, God knows my shop needs it, so I will be hitting all the bases and going all the way around this shop eventually. But yeah, I want to know, what are you guys working on? I've got some upcoming projects here that I'm excited for, so be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. I've got a lot of Halloween designs that I'll be putting up and tutorials that I'll be making in the next few weeks, so make sure you don't miss that. Until next time, my name is Steve and I appreciate you hanging out. Do you want to stop your router bits from rolling around the hit that like button. Smash it so hard.